Hello everyone! Escape Theme Park in Penang is celebrating its 10th anniversary and has invited my wife and me over. At the same time, it is also opening the first ski slope in Malaysia. Before I go any further, let me give you the address and coordinates to go to Escape.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
This one is the longest slide.
The longest slide is in front of us. Longest tube water slide. Okay, yes, come.
So the starting point is at Halkdale. The finish point is over here. Alright, let's go across the bridge.
Okay, let's go.
This one is a Escape Penang Bridge, not a Penang Bridge.
Escape Penang Bridge.
Yeah, that's right. Not like Penang Bridge.
Come.
So you guys come from?
We come from Penang itself.
Penang.
We are guests of Sim's guests.
Oh, sing yes, sure. Let's go. Alright, you guys enjoy here?
Yes. Every time there is a new attraction, Sim will invite us.
I see. Yes, because this one is the attraction is very good. Kids look first in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Alright, come.
Darling, okay.
So I think this one also Sim invite you guys, right?
Yes, yes.
Zip coaster.
He invited us also when this one opened last time.
I see. Alright, careful.
Yeah.
The floor is very slippery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hear the sound?
Yes, oh, it's raining.
Oh, the raining become heavy.
Yeah. Okay. We go there. Okay.
This one is step up.
Yeah. Yes, we'll wait over there first. Okay, thank you. See you.
A clap for saying good afternoon. Wow, so kind. Thank you, Penangers. First of all, good afternoon, very warm welcome. Let me get through the official salutations. Yang Berhormat, Yo Sun Hin, the Penang State Exco for Tourism and Creative Economy. Yang Berhormat Dato' Haji Abdul Halim bin Haji Hussein, Exco for Trade and Industry Entrepreneur Development, who is videotaping me saying his name. Very good. I believe Yang Berhormat Dato' Muhammad Bakhtiar bin Wanshe is not here at the moment. He's on the way. It's going to be a bit late. Dato' Sim Chuk Heng, the founder and executive chairman of Sim Leisure Group. Datin Sylvia Georgieva, the executive director of Sim Leisure Group. Mr. Philip Whittaker, the CEO of Sim Leisure Group. And the esteemed board of directors of Sim Leisure Group, Brian Chung Yu Pong, Tan Bun Singh, as well as Eric Sho Kian Yin, respected guests, friends, media, and everyone who's around here, even those people who've just been enjoying themselves in the park. Welcome to the 10th anniversary celebration of Escape Penang. Yes, 10 years. My name is Harith Iskandar, and just to let you know that this is not my first time to Escape. I came here a few months ago with my kids and my family, and I'm not just saying this, but it was truly a really amazing experience, especially amongst all the trees, and I felt like, wow, this is really in nature. And then only later on, I find out from Dato' Zim that you actually, or the team, have planted 3,500 trees to make this all happen. All these trees, ladies and gentlemen, this creation of wonderful nature has brought back to nature a place that was once literally almost a rubbish dump. It was a construction site. So just on that note, before we talk about the 10th anniversary celebrations, big round of applause for Sim Leisure Group for just putting all of this together. So also on another note, when I arrived here today, this young kid came up to me. He looked about 15, said hi, he's wearing shorts, spiky hair. Then I find out he's a CEO. I thought you were a kid coming up to me like, hey, hi, how are you? I'm like, hey, kid, what's up, bro? And I realized, oh wow, okay, you got a couple of wrinkles. You're my age. But it told me a lot about this gentleman who, this is his vision, and he's a self-described 15-year-old with over 50 years of experience. Ladies and gentlemen, this park, Escape, is just, it's just amazing. I can give you a little bit of the history. Since its inception in 2012, this great Escape brand of parks has gone on to become an industry trailblazer, amassing widespread recognition for its innovative approach, high-impact fun, and record-breaking attractions, including the Guinness World Record for the world's longest tube water slide, and most recently the world's longest zip coaster, which I have actually gone on with my kids. Show of hands, who's actually been on the world's longest slide? Yes, say hey. All right, those of you who have not put up your hands, go on it. Like, seriously, I think we travel around 5 or 6 minutes through the water, and it's truly amazing. You go through all the trees. Truly amazing experience, and it's just one of the amazing attractions in this whole land. So we are here today at Escape Penang, where it all began. Now, 10 years ago, this gentleman will tell you more about it later. This dream began, and 10 years later, the reason that we are here is because of not just the 10th anniversary celebration, but at the official launch of Malaysia's first ski slope and Dead Sea Pool. Now this is a ski slope that you see behind me. We're going to be talking about that later on. I just want to talk a little bit about this dream, because I found out that we are around the same age. When I was a kid, when we wanted to play, we just went out the door and we played, right? In the jungle, we catch spiders, we jump off trees, we hang on branches, we jump into the river, and then you die, you don't die, it's okay, your parents don't really care until you didn't come back at 7 p.m, then only they start caring. I don't know what it was like with you. My parents, if I was at home after 3 o'clock, they're like, hey, what are you doing here? Get out, get out. And they would just chase me out of the house, because my parents were working at the time, and I only came back at 7. And my parents gave me the rule, because my mother and my father both work. They told me, don't call them at work. My parents refused to let me call them at work. They said, I don't care what happens. I said, what if the house burned down? My parents said, we put the fire out. Those were the parents of the old days, right? And we survived. We survived. But this is a different generation, this is a different time, and if you look around you, you'll see a lot of, I wouldn't say these are scary rides, because I read a little quote from Dr. Sim that you are more of it, you prefer endorphin fix rather than an adrenaline rush. So just to assure you, ladies and gentlemen, all the rides here, all the themes, and all the thing that you see around is actually of the highest safety and standards. If you look above you, that is actually a trapeze, swinging trapeze like you see in the circus. I don't know whether you've tried it. I've actually tried it myself. My wife holds the record for holding on to the trapeze the longest, only because she was scared. 1 hour she stood. I don't know how she held on. She's really, her arms are very, very strong. So guys, today is going to be, later on you're going to have the time of your life experiencing and watching the people here have fun. We've got a very special guest coming down that slope later on. I'll tell you a little bit more about her in just a moment. But first, we're gonna listen to or hear from the gentleman whose dream this was and is here today with us. So I want you to hear from him directly. Without much further ado, I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming the visionary, the entrepreneur, the little kid behind the Escape brand, Dato' Sim Chiu Keng. Please come on stage and say a few words. Thank you, Dato' Sim.
Thank you, Harith, for the very elaborate description of me. But I have to tell my wife, I didn't say that I'm that young. It's Harith, you testify that. Yang Berhormat YB Yosun Hin, Penang State Exco for Tourism and Creative Economy, YB Dato' Abdul Halim Hussein, Penang State Exco for Domestic and International Trade, Consumer Affairs and Entrepreneurship, Dato' Kubulin, Vice President of Malaysia Association of Hoteliers, Penang Chapter, the board members of Sim Leisure Group Limited, Mr. Tan Bun Seng, Datin Sylvia Georgieva, Mr. Brian Chung, and Mr. Eric Cho. Members of the media and our friends. On this important occasion, I'd like to make a special mention about the people, not just me, who have made the last 10 years possible. First, I'd like to mention that our local heroes, Mr. Encik Muhammad Ali bin Ahmad and Encik Hilmi bin Abdul Hamid, are managers who are among the pioneers, pioneer staff who joined us from the start. They have both become the faces of Escape. Both have been very successful in ensuring customer experience, positive customer experience, and making sure our customers leave the path with a positive experience and wanting to come back for more. Our Executive Director, Datin Sylvia, not just because she's my wife, but she has been very determined in the past 10 years supporting me, and through her strict HR management and implementation have molded the company's unique work culture. Mr. Milan Vanek, our Group Director of Safety, who have been in the past 9 years making Escape safe through very stringent implementation of international safety standards. Mr. Philip Whittaker, who was our Commercial Director in the past 2 years, recently appointed as our CEO, feel is instrumental in making Escape the first Asian theme park to be exported to the world. And also a special thanks to our board members who have been very supportive of my crazy ideas. I know it's not easy to put up with the executive chairman who is a little bit mad. Thank you for putting up. Ladies and gentlemen, Escape opened its door 10 years ago, today on the 3rd of November 2012, at this very place. But most of you are not aware that I've been trying to build a theme park for Penang for a very long time. So long that some of you were not even born yet. My first attempt was in 1994. 1 year after I set up the company, I was involved in a project called Parkland in Machang Bubuk, in Seberang Prime. That was in the 90s, and the stock market and the property market was booming. Halfway through the project, halfway through the development, the developer decided to sell the land for a huge profit. Therefore, and the project was cancelled. In 1997, I started negotiating with a developer in Batu Ferringhi for a theme park. Unfortunately, Asian financial crisis came, and they got into financial difficulty, and the project was also cancelled. Then in the year 2000, with the support of a foreign investor, whom I just built a water park in the former Soviet Republic of Armenia, I made arrangement to meet up with our former YB to try to get the opportunity to invest into a theme park for Penang. After weeks of arrangements, I finally met up with the YB. Unfortunately, only 5 minutes into the conversation, she told me that we already have a Bukit Merah and there's no need for such a project. That was it. I still remember she gave me Elaine Kang and the Penang Symphony Orchestra's CD and thanked me for coming. I was very upset. I told her that Bukit Merah is not in Penang, but she was very, very adamant about it, and she said to me that it's still very near to Penang. So I never gave up. Every time I came back to Penang, I would try. And then in 2007, our client from Kuwait came and wanted to set up a JV company, a project with a local Penang developer. They wanted to build a very exclusive theme park resort on a piece of land next to Mukahhead. And this exclusive theme park resort was meant to be exclusively for the rich and famous from Middle East, and that was in 2007. It was booming at that time before the next financial crisis. But after months of discussions, the local developer decided not to proceed because the land valuation was not in their favor. Finally, in 2009, I got a call from an old friend, somebody I knew, Dato' Halim, a banker I knew through some of my dealings with my clients who wanted us to help them with theme parks. So he told me that he had become a speaker. At that time I was in Singapore. We were busy building the Universal Studio theme parks. And at that time I thought he meant he was involved in manufacturing speakers. I knew Dato', but I never knew that he was in politics. And certainly I didn't expect him to become the Penang State Assembly Speaker. He mentioned to me that about a tender for a theme park in Teluk Bahang, and he insisted that I should take part in this tender. That time I took it as a pinch of salt. I wasn't really keen because we were very busy and overseas, and we have already established our office in Dubai, and we were very, very busy. Well, he insisted that I meet him when I come back, so I met up with him. He told me that there's a change of government. Of course, I knew there was a change of government. I came back to vote for the change. Yeah? And well, of course, after that bad experience with the previous person in charge, won't mention name. Long story short, we won the tender, and here we are today. Penangites should thank Dato' Halim for insisting that we took part in this tender. Here we are. Escape has grown from an 8-acre park 10 years ago to a 29-acre park today. From its very humble beginning, 10 years ago, Escape today has become the #1 attraction not only in Penang, but we have been consistently ranked #1 theme park in Malaysia by the TripAdvisor review since 2015. In the quest for excellence, Escape has achieved 2 Guinness World Records. Now this is not Malaysian Book of Records, this is Guinness World Records. It is world, yeah? For the longest tube water slide in 2019, just before COVID. And again, we achieved we achieved another Guinness World Record for the longest zip coaster in the world. And because of this, Escape has become the only theme park in the world that holds 2 Guinness World Records. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia has, for the last 10 years, continued to reinvest our profit into Escape Penang to make it bigger and better. During the COVID pandemic, tourism businesses around the world, throughout the world, were badly affected. Escape was not spared. While we made loss for 2 years during the COVID pandemic, we were still hopeful things would get better. So while we were not able to open the park, we were busy coming up with ideas on how we are going to make up for the 2 years of loss and 2 years of closure. And with the international air travel not to resume fully anytime soon, this is my prediction, we wanted to introduce ski holiday without having to travel abroad. And also we want everyone to experience the Dead Sea Pool of Jordan right here in Penang, which I have. I visited the Dead Sea Pool and I thought that was something that wouldn't be too difficult for us to achieve. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to Malaysia's first ski slope and the world's first Dead Sea Pool right here in Penang. Before I leave, I would like to take this opportunity to wish Penang well in this coming general election. Penangites are the bravest people, and being a staunch Penangite, I think that Penang people are very proud, and we always think that we are the bravest people because we were the ones that started the political tsunami. Am I right, Dato' Alip? Yeah, YBO? For many years, I have persevered. I did not give up hope of building Escape for Penang until I succeeded. So please, don't give up hope of a better Penang and Malaysia. Better days are coming. Just make sure you vote wisely this coming general election. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sin. Thank you. Continue the round of applause as he makes his way back to the seat. Quite subtle, Dato'. Quite subtle. You just slipped that in under the wire. Nobody noticed. Nobody knew what you were talking about. I could look at their faces. But you're right about the Guinness Book of Records. Younger people at the back, there's two differences. There's Guinness Book of Records, Guinness, Halal Guinness, and there's Malaysian Book of Records. Anybody can get into Malaysian Book of Records. You don't need to be the longest or the fastest or the big. You need to be the first. First 50-year-old man with spiky hair, Malaysian Book of Records. But you cannot get into the Guinness Book of Records. To get into Guinness Book of Records, you need to be the best, the longest, the strongest, the whatever in the world. And Escape has not one, but 2 Guinness Book of Records. That is unheard of. All right, great speech, by the way. The next person has got a lot to live up to. I would like to ask everyone to join me in welcoming the guest of honor for today, Yang Berhormat Yo Soon Hin, the Penang SO for Tourism and Creative Economy, to say a few words on behalf of with this launch. I'd like to introduce someone to you. We've got with us a very special guest. Before that, when I finish what I'm about to say, I would like to invite members of the media and anybody, social media influencers, maybe you might want to come to the front to capture that final moment. Don't move yet. Relax. Chill. Very fast. People at the back. Okay. This one called Kiasu. True Penangai. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, in conjunction with the launch of the ski slope, we have with us a very, very special guest. She is an 18-year-old who has made Malaysia proud in the international arena, and she made history as the first Malaysian woman and youngest representative to compete at the Beijing Winter Olympics. Malaysia had contestants in the Beijing Winter Olympics in the downhill ski slope competition, and this is our Malaysian representative. She has been skiing since a tender age of 2 years old, and she has not stopped going full throttle. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, when I say this, I want you to pay your attention to the screen as we're going to have a little introduction. But with that, I want you to put your hands together to welcome the National Olympic Alpine skier, Ms. Aruwin Salehhuddin, as she officiates the launch of Escape Penang's ski slope with the very first full-speed ski down this slope. Photographers, media, if you'd like to come to the front or watch the video and then come to the front. This is the launch of the first ski slope.
Guess what, guys? We are now skiing in Malaysia. Hi, my name is Aruwin Salehhuddin and I'm a ski racer from Malaysia. I recently represented Malaysia at the last Beijing 2022 Olympics. The best thing about skiing here in Malaysia is that you can ski all year round and there is no season, so you can do it whenever you want. I am super excited to be here. The slope is absolutely amazing. Even if you fall, it's no big deal. So what are you waiting for? Join me here at Escape Penang at their newest attraction, the ski slope.
She comes down the ski slope, ladies and gentlemen. And when she comes around the corner, please give her an amazing round of applause. If you've not watched her on YouTube, she's here live with us today. Malaysia's female representative from downhill alpine skiing, Aruwin Salehhuddin. Here she comes. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. She just made it look so easy. We're going to be inviting Aruwin to come forward, and I'm going to have a quick chat with her. Guys, I don't know if you've ever met anyone who's competed at the Olympics, but to get to the Olympic stage, it takes a lifetime of commitment. And this young lady is only 18 years old, and her lifetime commitment has already been 16 years almost. So, to tell you the truth, it is always an honor to meet a professional sports person, but to meet someone who has competed in the Olympics. And how many Malaysians grow up thinking, I want to go to a Winter Olympics? Malaysian, we cannot even tahan going into a hotel and having 16 degrees on the aircon. My wife is like, no, 24. I'm like, 16. But this young lady, she is based in Colorado, and she's just going to be taking off her gear. She was wearing, I think, her own gear, definitely her own ski uniform. If you come here on a normal day, you will not be wearing something as cool as that. You can wear your own clothes, but she's got her own skis. But just to let you know that the skis that are available actually fit on your own shoes. So if you come in a pair of sport shoes, you can actually just slip the skis on with the sport shoes you are wearing. But they also have the option of having ski boots. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Aruwin as she comes here onto the stage. Hi, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. Is the microphone on? Can you hear that? The microphone on? Yep, okay. Yeah. So, Aruwin, so first ski slope in Malaysia, and you are literally almost probably definitely the first professional to go down. So, before we get into more personal stuff, honestly, tell us about this momentous occasion and what it could potentially mean to the Malaysian public.
This slope is an absolutely amazing opportunity for Malaysians and anybody to try and get on and ski or even snowboard. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Where did you pick up the sport or the skills?
I started skiing in Canada when I was 2 years old.
Ah, okay. So what? Your parents just took you out of the pram and threw you down the slope?
No,
that's
they
what-
left me at a daycare who taught me how to ski, and from then I really just loved the feeling. Even when I was 2, I know it sounds like how 2 years old. It doesn't sound like she would enjoy that much, but I loved it.
So, but you had the opportunity to be in a country where snow is part of the natural culture and weather of the place. But in Malaysia, I guess definitely you're the first. You're the first female Malaysian to compete in the Olympics.
Yes, I'm the first female Malaysian and the youngest.
And the youngest. Hello. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit off-topic script here. Just, could you share with us the experience of being at the Olympics? Because, okay, female, youngest, forget being female. You're amongst, I presume, your peers, people who you've looked up to in the sport, and now you're on the same competition slope as them. Could you share us a bit about the experience of being there in Beijing?
My role models were very supportive of all of the youngsters being there. They were very kind and offered very good words, positive words to make us feel like we belong there. I was amongst some of the few younger who were competing there. There were other girls about my age. So being there with some of my friends and my coach and my family, it really helped. So in my words, I would say I was in very good company.
Okay. Did any of them ask, oh, where are you from? Malaysia? Oh my God, where's Malaysia? And you said to them, it's on top of Singapore.
No, not really.
They knew where Malaysia was?
I've actually met most of them, so they've known who I am, and it's one big family, the skiing community.
So just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, because she, from the age of 2, was exposed to that, growing up in that environment, just imagine the opportunities that are now opening to any young person, male or female, to start at the age of 2. Do you let people start at 2 years old? We'll talk to your safety director about that, right? Her parents were a bit risky, but never mind. 3 and above can depend on height. But this is an opportunity created by Escape to start that ball rolling. And maybe one day, some 15, 14-year-old girl will look up to you. By that time, you'll still be only 31. And then they will say, you were my sporting hero. So there you go. Before we continue with the events, is there anything else you'd like to say to the general public about this particular ski slope?
Well, I would say this slope is very, very well made. Even if you fall, it doesn't hurt.
Oh.
So yeah, it's really nice. And honestly, you can, once you've gotten the hang of it a couple of times, it's a lot of fun. I think it would be so much fun for people to try it out.
All right.
Just get the feeling, yeah.
From the professional itself, round of applause for Aruwin. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay on stage right now. I would like you to remain on stage, and we're going to now officially launch. And what is an official launch in Malaysia? If we do not cut a ribbon, ribbon cutting is very important, and they officially will declare that this slope is open. For that, I'd like to invite YB Yo, YB Dato Halim as well, and Dato Sim on stage to do the honors. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause as they come onto stage. I'm going to get out of the way. Aruwin, you also get in the photograph as well. What better way to declare a ski slope open than having our own national representative of the Olympics? Perhaps in the count of 3, 2, 1, we can officially cut the ribbon to announce the ski slope is open. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, cutting the ribbon, which officially declares the first Malaysia's ski slope at Escape in Penang officially open. Yay! There you go. Please remain on stage, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll take some photo opportunities. members of media, members of the press, we want to get a little bit closer to take that photo.
So that's the wrap for this video. If you enjoy it, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to this channel and do hit the notification bell. And I look forward to bringing you another video very soon. Until we meet again, thanks for watching.